What up, Nation? Welcome to another edition of the Wise Take NFL DFS Wise stream. CK013. You can find me on Twitter at CK_013. And of course, I am from the Wise Take Nation, which you can find on all the social media platforms listed below or directly at wisetake.com. Joined once again by the GOAT, the true OG, known to many of you as Paulie D. Paulie D's been beyond hot in the NBA pretty much all season, but especially these last couple months, right? At December. It's been a very Merry Christmas for Mr. Paulie D. But that being said, Paulie, what's happening?
What's happening, man? What is happening?
Nothing, man. I know Paulie's got some life shit, so built up aggression. So I've never really seen a Paulie D, this version of a Paulie D before, don't get me wrong, it's not like you're angry throwing shit, not like a nut job like I can be, but I don't know. I've never seen you mad. You know what I mean?
I mean, the COVID has infiltrated my life, and it's just, for those of you wondering what the fuck I'm talking about, and it's interfering in ways I didn't see possible, and I'm sick of it. And, there's only 3 or 4 more good NFL slates left of the year. The first 2 rounds of the playoffs are going to be pretty good, and these next 2 weeks, I really want to monster takedown. I only got a couple weeks left, so I'm ready to take this shit down. And anyone who says they know shit already now, they're lying. This is the beginning of the fucking process for this Sunday.
It's the beginning all day. It's I will say this. I feel like we're kind of lucky in the sense that at least there are so many games that still matter, because I feel like normally, I know there's an extra week, but even so, come on, the last couple weeks of NFL
is be like a preseason,
right?
Or no, it can
so
be rough.
We'll see what happens next week, but at least for this week, the time being, still.
I don't see how next week's not just as much. There's just too many teams involved.
This is everybody's so close. So that's a good thing, man, because normally this is the show nobody wants to do, and hopefully we'll get to ride out the NFL season with some pretty solid slate action. 14 games, big, right? We were just talking about it. No Thursday night football, no Saturday, nothing like that. This is it. So 14 games, a lot to go through. We got a lot of injury news between Rona, between real injuries, real life, personal shit, all kinds of shit going on in the NFL this season. Like every other sport, like everybody else's life. That being said, we're gonna do what we do, Paulie. We're gonna try to build a first look team on DraftKings and FanDuel. I say try because I don't think either of us have really glanced too much. I think a couple seconds you just kind of filled me in as you filled yourself in, and so I just know there's some good games. That's all I know. So, any overall thoughts before we get started?
I mean, this is honestly my first time looking at all this. But the way with COVID and people being out, potential underpriced guys around the slate, and all these games really mattering, which we've never really had. So much parity. These are going to be high scoring, wild slates. Buckle up, basically.
Yeah. So I guess we can start with just kind of highlighting, I guess, some of the games that stood out to us the most. There's obviously the flash game like Kansas City, Cincinnati, right? But as you were saying, it seems like both of those teams are kind of in cruise control as far as the playoffs are concerned. Obviously, they want to win, but
seeding, getting a home game, they definitely.
I'm sure.
They're not desperate.
Right. But Joe Burrow coming off a career game, broke the slate last week. Pat Mahomes is Pat Mahomes, and on top of that, and not just that, but that kid, what's his name? Ravens quarterback, that not Huntley, the other guy, the third string guy that played last. Josh Johnson, I think his name is
Jackson, maybe.
And I mean, he didn't do so bad, right? So we know Cincinnati's defense is vulnerable, especially to the pass. So. Yeah, that game kind of stands out. I know you'd mentioned for Philly, Washington. I don't know, the game matters for Philly at least, right? Is it Washington too? Are they both kind of?
Washington really kind of falling out, but definitely
for Philly. And Jalen Hurts is questionable. What else we got here? Like Carson Wentz is questionable. Raiders, they think he has a chance to come off the COVID list in time for the game.
Both those teams want to win,
right?
Right. You got Arizona, Dallas.
That's a good
one. One of those teams could be in the Super Bowl. You got Chargers, Denver, both in the hunt to make the playoffs. Kind of on the outside looking in. Um, it's interesting. There's so many teams that are like viable, but a lot of them are playing like a team not motivated. Like Patriots playing
Right.
Jacksonville, Tampa Bay playing the Jets, Dolphins and Tennessee. Those teams might both be on in the hunt.
The thing with those
Uh,
spots too, bro, is like the team that doesn't have anything to play for is the team that has nothing to lose, right? Like you get that
yeah,
crazy shit like last year when the Jets beat the Rams. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, yeah.
you get that
I know.
crazy shit end of the year. It seems like nothing.
Yeah, you get a couple of the wrong guys on the COVID, like ain't playing that would have like at least kept the team like trying. Then all of a sudden nobody
Yeah,
cares,
yeah,
and it's G League, and we're packing our bags, or the coach is gonna get fired.
yeah.
Who knows?
The
There's so
young
much.
guys are thinking like, "Hey man, I'm trying to get a contract or whatever." And not the young guys, but the guys on the shitty
Yeah,
team. They're trying to
guys
get
that
the
are
hell out of
free
there.
agents,
You know what I
not
mean? You
free
know what I mean?
agents.
Yeah. That all right. So we'll start at quarterback. We'll kind of go down the list here. I mean,
Yeah,
again, Josh Allen obviously wants to win, right? They beat the Patriots, did their job, but they still want to win at home. But they're playing Atlanta,
yeah.
right? He's not playing for shit. Patrick Mahomes, we talked about. Brady's against the Jets. Kyler Murray, like you said, competitive game, but no D Hop. That sucks. It's okay. I'm not saying you can't do it, and I probably will at in some teams, but it sucks. To me, it sucks him not having D Hop. I know in some ways it could be better because you expect him to run more. Guys like Christian Kirk are gonna get more shit going and all this, but I don't know. Just wish he had D Hop. And then there's Stafford against Baltimore, who Joe Burrow just tore the fuck up, right? So there's a lot, man. Joe Burrow, obviously.
Just one quick comment to this quarterback list. Like, there's also the MVP race. Aaron Rodgers, the current favorite. Tom Brady plus 500 second. Jonathan Taylor third. Mahomes fourth. Josh Allen fifth. Dak Prescott sixth. Like Joe Burrow distant seventh. But like, there's also that. Like, yeah, maybe the Bills would blow out whoever they're
Atlanta.
playing. Atlanta, but maybe Josh Allen wants to put 5 touchdowns and 400 on the
Well,
board.
that's the interesting.
Something.
It's interesting that you use him as an example because if the Bills do score, he just seems so likely that it's going to be through him. This just right. Even in a positive game script, they just don't run well. You know what I mean? They just, or if they do, it's him that runs it. So
yeah.
So he's pretty. I guess like just to start, who's the one that building a team for the first time you want to try to get in there?
I mean
that was just the guys up top. So like, feel free to talk about the guys below. I mean, Prescott, we talked about him. He's not having a great year, but 6,700. It's a game that everybody expects to be good. It's a cheaper way to get into a good game, and then there's a lot more down below, right?
Sure.
Like,
yeah.
Maybe not. Oh, Trey Lance. I bet, right?
Trey Lance, making
bro,
his debut.
I like that.
Not debut, actually.
Yes, please get a start first. Jimmy G. How much is he?
4,800. 48.
So he's playing Houston. Now listen, San Francisco, they're going to try to run the ball a lot, obviously. But 4,800. I mean, the last time we saw this dude, I think he played like a half.
And balled out.
Yeah.
Fantasy wise, I don't remember.
Yeah, so he's put up. So against Seattle, I don't really remember that situation.
And San Francisco really wants to win.
Yeah, San Francisco wants to win. 4,800 for Trey Lance. That's like, I don't know. I wish Joe was here so I could ask him if that's Cash Game City. But on FanDuel, it's different, right? Like,
that's 100% Cash Game.
Cash Game City.
No question.
No question. I mean, it would be a lot more fun at this point to build a team with Trey Lance because you have money. Or otherwise, we're looking at spending up. But what stands out to you?
So the quarterbacks that can run and throw in good matchups like Jalen Hurts and Trey Lance, you got to have some interest in. Quarterbacks that can do that and are in MVP races and, average a ton of points like Josh Allen and Patty Mahomes. I think you got to be interested in maybe Kyler Murray, Tom Brady, but to me, if I'm Tampa Bay, I'm licking my wounds. I'm getting into the playoffs. We're veterans. I don't care if it's on the road, at home. Tom Brady does, we just got to be healthy around him. And right now, I don't really interested in that. They're going to probably run the ball a lot. Like this Mahomes, Burrow, I like those two guys a lot. I think that's number one and number two best quarterbacks in football right now. And I could see that just being like this shootout. They got the weapons at receivers. Since he's got a running game, the Chiefs don't. Like, the Chiefs got problems, injuries in their running game. The Chiefs got this game could shoot out, and the quarterback could really do a whole lot. Dak and Kyler, same kind of story. They could just, start going blow for blow. And then Jalen Hurts, Trey Lance, those 6 quarterbacks right there. I think that's all you really need.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
Make a case for another one to even enter the discussion. I don't see.
No, I after I was going through like from Lance, and by the way, I should specify, Lance is not totally in. Garoppolo still has a shot to play. I think they want him to practice. He hasn't done it yet, but it's only Wednesday night, obviously. But so I know Jimmy G wants to play, and because he knows that once Trey Lance starts playing, once he's that's it. It's just it's like he's another one of them guys that are playing for another team to think he still play. So we'll confirm that later on. But in the meantime, I completely agree, man. I mean, I don't see, and on top of that, by the time we get to Sunday, there's a good chance we'll have some value somewhere to make it easier to grab some of these expensive dudes.
And it's against Houston.
So who do you want to start with then?
I don't give Lance or Burrow.
We'll go Burrow, even though I want to go. If Lance is definitely starting, then yeah, I'm going him easy. I'll go Burrow for now, just because Jimmy G isn't officially ruled out. He's questionable.
Yeah.
So we'll go Burrow. Now the question is who to stack Burrow with, right? There's 3 guys that have been in. I mean, you if you can get fancy and put Mixon in there if you want to, not for necessarily the correlation of catching the touchdown passes, but just to get like equity in their touchdowns. Like you just feel like if you think the Bengals are going to score like 6 touchdowns total, fuck it, play them both together if you want to, even if they don't correlate. There's a good chance Mixon's going to get at least 1 or 2 of those, and Burrow's going to get the rest, or vice versa. Or
last week you could have had Burrow, Mixon, and 3 Bengal receivers in the lineup, and like took
and
down
smashed.
Shit. So absolutely right. You're absolutely
smashed. For this example, who do you want to pair him with?
Oh man. Yeah, honestly, this is such a good Joe Mixon spot. He's gonna get so much volume. I honestly want to say him, and then I just actually don't want to play Burrow. I want to play Mahomes.
Yeah, let's try that, because I kind of liked Mahomes a little more than Burrow coming off the game he's coming off.
For sure, and give me fucking Pringle and Tyreek Hill.
Pringle McCringleberries. Let's go.
Pringle's legit. Like, he's gonna be a part of it the rest of the way. He's the number 3. He earned it. He just took it, and he's in a good matchup against the Bengals.
Does it what about the fact that Kelsey's supposed to be back? Does that do it? Where make you want maybe I wanted to sub out Tyreek Hill for Kelsey or something like that?
I mean, I prefer Tyreek Hill, to be honest with you. Like, Kelsey has come on lately. He's a vet, but Tyreek Hill pretty much guaranteed 10 targets, and like a lot of those are high fucking like probability of being completed targets. And then he's the best with the ball in his hands, like in the open field. The Bengals aren't that good at tackling. Like, he could erupt. Like, for Kelsey, I mean, I got to see what tight end looks like, but like he doesn't have a lot of 160s and 2+ touchdowns. I think he's done it once this year, maybe twice. Like, Tyreek Hill has become like a fucking just target monster, and like he's coming off the worst game of his life. He burned people. Probably gonna be low owned. Like, I don't know, man. I want the best player.
I'm with it. So we got Mahomes, Mixon, Hill, Pringle. We got running back, receiver, tight end, flex. We'll throw in the defense real quick. Just find some cheapish. We'll just use like, I don't know. We can go Panthers against the Saints just to put some in there at 3K. Unless you something you like better. There was actually a couple teams I saw that I was like maybe, but I gotta pick one. So One of the cheaper ones.
No, yeah, that's
All
what's
right.
up. Yeah, I'm fine
Moving
with
right
that.
along then. Running back, receiver, tight end. What should we explore? We only have 48.25 per position. We got to keep that in mind. So
425 per.
425 per.
So we need some
Yeah.
value.
Should we start with tight end and just get an idea if that's going to be where we're
Yeah.
getting some of it?
Yeah, I got value at tight end.
Get that value. We got that values on. What do you mean? There are some good plays.
Like Cole Kmet against the Giants,
Oh,
3.4K.
there's so many good
Like
plays on this
the
slate.
dude's just been dropping like, straight 9, 10s, whatever. You can correlate it with CJ Uzoma, who's certainly become a part of this offense, getting 5+ targets a game. You can grab like Foster Moreau. Waller's on the COVID list. They're going to be playing the Colts on turf. The Colts don't got a quarterback most likely. The Raiders need to win. There's value for days. Who did you have your eye on?
No, I was looking at the guys that I saw. Honestly, the guy that I was like when I saw it, I was like, oh, this is such a great spot. It's Gronkowski. I mean, he's not helping us out value wise. I saw it, Gronkowski against the Jets. I was just like, oh,
yeah. What kind of target share did you get last week?
That's a good question. Yeah, he didn't get much last week, but if I recall, yeah, the game was a complete like blowout though. It was just a
Yeah, it was. They robbed them. They did a lot of it on the ground.
and it was the AB show.
They didn't need him. They didn't need him. Are they going to need him against the Jets?
Absolutely, they're not. They won't need him, but I think he's the least path of resistance. So like it was AB last week, right? Like AB went nuts. You can attack the Jets DBs on the outside all you want. That's fine, but tight ends have destroyed these guys, like just obliterated them. And there's some familiarity, right? These guys know what it is. The Jets. It's what they do. Beat up on the Jets. It's like pastime for them. But anyway, yeah. For this example, we probably do need some value here. So, I mean, I don't know. I always look at Kmet and I'm like, man, he's always too cheap. But then when you look at his scores, he just never really you get like, okay, I see why he's cheap because he's got a low floor and his ceiling hasn't been that great because Jimmy Graham's old punk ass just lingers.
Jimmy Graham has stolen touchdowns. That's
lingers.
For sure. I can't deny that. But he has gone teens, like 13 plus in 3 of his last 7. He's gotten double-digit targets twice. Say the 9 target game and the 11 in his last 5. 2 of his last 5. It's against the Giants in Chicago. I don't know who's quarterbacking, but like he's a part of that offense.
He is.
And
he is.
Like I honestly think he's got that 2 touchdown kind of game coming. Personally, like he's talented. He's like it's there. There's no difference between him and Dallas Goedert. Dallas Goedert just gets more of that work right now.
Yeah. I mean, getting rid of Ertz was pretty big for him. I kind of like he's a little more expensive, but I kind of like Hunter Henry.
Dallas Goedert. Yeah, I do like Hunter Henry too. And Dallas Goedert, I gotta say, like the target share on him in the last few weeks has been like, holy shit, like 30+% in his last like 3 weeks.
Yeah, outside of last week, which they didn't.
He's not throwing at anybody. Yeah, outside of last week, correct. But Hunter Henry, like the Patriots all of a sudden are throwing the ball a ton.
Yeah.
They're
coming
really
off of a big loss, right? Against the Bills.
Big loss against the Bills, yeah.
And why don't you want to try to go Henry? And if we need the money, we'll go Kmet.
Go ahead.
Let's try to go Henry because we got 5,033. So I'm thinking wide receiver again, some value ish.
How many positions left?
We got a running back, receiver, and a flex. We got 3 total.
3 positions. All right, so we want one more value.
Yeah.
Receiver, and then we can do what we want to run it back in.
Flex City.
All right. What's up?
Flex City. Man, it's tough, bro, because all the receivers, man. I mean, Cooper Kupp is lingering on, and it's a whole other conversation.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I'm looking, bro. You believe in Braxton Berrios? It's actually a pretty good matchup for him. Is he getting all the work?
I mean, it seems like it, right? Like, there's no reason to play a guy like Crowder. Literally none, other than the fact that you're paying him. But you want to kind of see what you got. All these young guys, Elijah Moore, who's not playing obviously, and
DraftKings only.
DraftKings only.
This is DraftKings. The DraftKings
Yeah, why
lineup.
not?
Oh, is Allen Robinson coming back at 3-8?
No way, is he?
It's probable.
Get out of here.
3-8. You know, if like the other kid was going to be quarterbacking for sure, I could get behind that.
Oh shit.
You know, like
He played.
he's crazy
Yeah, he played week
talented. You
14.
know, he hasn't done. He did.
Yeah,
Right?
week 14 was the last time he played. Yeah, he missed like 5 weeks. Then he played one game, and
Yeah, I mean it's risky, but
that's cheap, man.
would you be,
That's cheap.
you know, yeah,
Hey, man,
you know.
that's cheap. That's really cheap.
What else is down here? Cole Beasley, 4-9, returner from the bid list. I think, and Gabriel's coming back too, though. I don't love that. Probably Anderson.
God, that dude has
Uh,
killed me.
Darius Tony, 4-6. That kid's got upside, but
Is there any value we can get? You think from Tampa?
I do like Zayton.
Yeah, he's looked pretty good. He's looked pretty good.
The last 3 weeks, 7 targets, 9 targets, 8 targets. He's 3-9 on DraftKings against the Colts. Hunter.
All right. I mean, I'm down.
I like that a lot, actually.
Let's go Zay Jones.
Zay Jones has a nose for the end zone.
He did. That's all he really did. Yeah, man, the targets have looked really good. That's all he really did in Buffalo. He wouldn't see nothing and then touchdown. It was Gabriel Davis. That's who he was. You know, like he wouldn't.
Now you give him 9 targets because they're like pass game running back is out, their number 1 tight end is out, and all they got is their slot receiver and him.
It's true.
Like,
True. True. 5,600. We can either try. We could. I guess we'll go to running back. See what we want. We're not going to be able to afford the big dogs. Taylor against the Raiders, which seems like a smash spot.
and if what's his name's out, he's gonna get mad work. But the Raiders have been good defensively, man.
Yeah.
Like I got a lot of respect for the Raiders defense, to be honest. They held down the Broncos to like no running yards. Like Williams got a rushing touchdown. Broncos are one of the best rushing teams, and then they did nothing on the ground against the Raiders.
Yeah. They pretty much like sold out to stop the run though. There was like Drew Lock is gonna be the guy. You know what I'm saying? Like
Sure.
But yeah, no, I'm with you.
They've done it in the last few weeks though. Like they're
no, I'm with you. I mean, honestly, I'm not really into Taylor anyway. I just have a feeling that there's gonna be too many better plays that I'll get my hands on. Let's go through this list. Well, I mean, Ronald Jones at 6,300 is interesting, right? This no Fournette. He got a lot of work last week. This is an even better matchup, you could argue. Hard to envision Tampa Bay not just beating the shit out of the Jets in this one. And the Jets, DVOA, I think they're either the worst or the second worst team against the run this year.
Against the run, yeah, they are. They're horrible.
They're horrible against everything. But the run in particular, it's like teams are going to try to run first, and you can do that against the Jets. So they're worse against the run than the pass. But if teams wanted to pass first, they'd be worse against the pass. So it's you can flip a coin. But he's 6'3". 6'3". Let's keep going. Eckler's back, right? Yeah, Eckler's back. CEH is actually questionable. I know in this lineup we've already got Mahomes and all that.
I got a question. You play any Rex Burkhead last week?
No, I did not play any Rex Burkhead.
He was in my article. Rex Burkhead 5K against San Fran, not the best spot, but like if you are playing the San Fran side, he is a bring back. Although Brandon Cooks is back this week and he's been consistent as fuck all year, but cheap.
Now that you mention it, so that game he had 149 rushing yards. That was against Joey's Chargers, right?
Yeah.
Who and
Chargers.
And, yeah. They're playing Denver this week. One of the best rushing teams out there. The problem is you have this is a revenge spot for Melvin Gordon, but you really want to play the kid. You know what I mean?
Williams is
right.
And Williams is all
Right. But that's an interesting tournament spot this week.
How much?
They're both questionable right now. Williams is 6'4".
If you don't have Trey Lance, then having a 49er running back could be interesting. I don't know who it's going
Yeah.
to be.
Yeah, it's a problem. It's a problem. Nervous like Purvis. I don't know. I think so far, like if I had to pick based off of like a player that wouldn't crush us, I would go safe with Jones. I think at this point, but I'd like to find someone a little cheaper if we can.
How about Chase Edmonds against the Cowboys at 5-7?
What's the deal with Connor?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't really care. I think Chase is a good play with the injury to Hopkins. He got 9 targets last week, 16 carries. Like,
yeah, but
at
I
5-7,
think I'm pretty sure Connor
targets
didn't play last week,
he
right?
didn't. Connor didn't play last week. I didn't play, so you could cut those rushes down to 5, and I'll still take that on DraftKings. 9 targets and 5.
Well, from what I see, Connor still isn't practicing, so that's a good sign. Well, not for him. I don't mean that, but
against the Cowboys,
I could definitely do that. How much is Edmonds? 5.7. Let's go. 5.5 at flex. All right, 5.5 at flex. We got Ingram. We got Mooney, Dawson Knox, Tyler Boyd, Singletary, Deontay Foreman against Miami.
none of that.
No, this is a pretty ugly tier down here. Really? Oh yeah, this is a weird place to be.
I will say though, like we do have the option to like punt defense and open up a few dollars and like.
True.
Then all of a sudden you're looking at some dudes like Mike Pittman, Odell
from way back Welly.
Christian Kirk.
All right. Well, or we can plop down to your boy Komet.
Yeah, true that. Open up a couple dollars. I think it's only like a couple.
Let's see what that does. Now we got 6-3 territory.
Who's 6'3"? That changes
right?
A lot.
And we got Smith from Philly. We got McLaurin, Brandon Cooks.
Can you punt that D and get me a couple more dollars?
Yeah, we could do that.
Real close to a couple guys. Like
we could do it. I mean, we can go with your boys, the Raiders.
DK Metcalf, Javonte Williams, Tyler Lockett.
Look at the Lockett. His name is Tyler Lockett.
T. Higgins is in that area.
How much do you need? We'll go backwards. Why don't you pick one of the receivers?
T. Higgins is 6'9". Like I like getting another pick. Oh, we already got too much Cincy, but
I mean, I think we only have Mixon, so we could go.
Russ doesn't ball out at home against the Lions?
Man, I don't know, man. They look so off. They look so bad. And now, like, are they done from the playoffs yet or not?
I think they're pretty much done. They're definitely done.
So there's like no motive. I don't know.
I mean, DK finally got a touchdown last week.
He did.
I don't know. Javonte Williams, I do like against the Chargers. I like running backs against Chargers like Javonte. Josh Jacobs has a big role, but we already got, I think, Zay Jones. Terry McLaurin hasn't had a good game in a while, but he got some ceiling. I don't care. Like, leave it open. It don't matter.
Go with
use some discretion.
Use some discretion up in there. All right. So you guys finish it. So it's Mahomes, Mixon, Edmonds, Hill, Pringles, Zay Jones, Cole Kmet. You pick a flex, pick a defense, make it happen, captain. All right. FanDuel. What are we doing on FanDuel?
Yeah, let me switch over to there. But
switch over thumbs down.
I mean, let's do that other game like Dallas. Let's do a Dallas Arizona
right.
game.
All right. You want Kyler or do you want? No. I'm assuming you like Edmonds, right? So do we go Dak maybe? Dak is cheaper. He's 7.4.
You could play Edmonds with Kyler. 9 targets, yada yada. But Dak, does like have ceiling.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like in games like this, at home.
Yeah. And this is the perfect if Murray can do his thing. Admittedly, the Cowboys defense they're a lot better this year, right?
Yeah.
But if Murray can do his thing, we know that Dallas when they play fast, it just leads to explosion.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And everybody's kind of cheap, like AJ Green 5'6", Christian Kirk 6'4", CeeDee Lamb 7'2", Mark Cooper 6'7". He can go off on turf at home. Gallup, the running game. It's just an interesting. Dalton Schultz is a big part of the.
I say we go Dak, and Dak, Edmonds, and then CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper, or CeeDee Lamb and someone else.
Mm, yeah. See, man, I would like. My honest answer is I would do some research, see how often they've gone up together,
I think like week one was
and
semi, but this week seems different, right? Because like there's so many people that can be big scores. Like a 30 and a 20 might not be good enough. You might need the 30 from him and a 30 from someone else in another game, or
yeah,
like that's a good
I
point.
think just stacking Dak with one, like he can really spread it
Yeah.
out. Pollard can get a touchdown.
So
Zeke,
then
like
Lamb or Cooper. Cooper's cheaper. Lamb's been his
Cooper. I
dude.
mean,
Yeah,
Lamb's the
he's
one.
been his dude.
Lamb,
Like he's been his boy. You know, although Lamb's is not that so well.
Schultz has been his.
Yeah, Schultz has been his boy. We could always put back pocket that because he's cheaper. So a 20 there would be nice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So all right. So we got Prescott, Edmonds, Lamb. I'm gonna get defense out of the way real quick. Just put a little placeholder. Little placeholder. Shit, the Rams are 4,100. Fuck it. Why not? All right. Let's get tight end out of the way. We don't even know because we got 69-60 left and we only filled one receiver spot. So we don't know how much money we can spend here. But let's see at the guys up top this time and see if there's anything we like before we settle for a guy down low.
Receiver.
At tight end.
At tight end. All right. Not for me.
Nobody up top? All right.
I mean, Mark Andrews' price is just ridiculous.
I mean, I was gonna say, do we Dalton Schultz it? And then I saw Goddard is like $100 cheaper. It's like, all right,
yeah.
I mean, this is like FanDuel, so it kind of makes sense because Philly just doesn't score as many touchdowns. Like going back to Jalen Hurts throwing a touchdown pass opposed to Dak Prescott throwing one. It just seems like so. I kind of get
Dak's
it.
likely to go like
Right.
5, Hurts like 2.
Yeah, right. So I kind of get it, but the market share for Goddard's pretty damn big. So
yeah, fine with either.
all right, we'll do Schultz for the correlation, but just know that we like Goddard. I just like him a little more on DraftKings. I like Goddard every week though. All right, we got running back, wide receiver, flex. We've got 72-25. That's not bad. Let's go with one receiver because we could pick any tier we want at this point. We kind of have that control. We can go Kirk if you want to go like maximum correlation. Or we can look elsewhere.
I mean, I'm totally cool with Kirk. He's got 2 touchdown upside. Athletic, yada yada. And I doubt he gets too much number 7. So yeah, totally fine with
Kirk
that.
it. Boom. All right, we got 7,500. We got running back, receiver, flex. Want to look for a running back? See if there's anything we want. FanDuel style.
Yeah.
I mean, Mixon's there. He's 8,500. He's expensive, but Mixon is like he's FanDuel City. That's what he is. His touchdowns are nothing. Touchdowns are bust.
Uh-huh. It's just, I'm just like in love with Javonte Williams.
Let's do it. I'm fine with that. I do genuinely like the spot. I just get nervous about the Melvin Gordon thing always, though. But in tournaments, yeah, I love the spot. Either way, I mean, he's a good player regardless. I'm not saying he's not. I just get nervous over, like, which one. It's probably a world in this specific game, looking at how bad the Chargers have been against the run. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
The game really goes off, yeah.
Yeah, we'll go with Williams.
More of a short slate kind of strategy.
For sure, yeah.
Like you're doing the afternoon only,
Yeah.
like that's a real strategy.
Yeah, for definitely. Also worth noting, Damian Harris is questionable with a hamstring. He's practicing in limited capacity, but if he were to be out, I would definitely get down on some Ramondre Stevenson.
Is he available?
I think so.
He wasn't last week.
I think I just looked at his name. I don't think he had anything on there. Yeah, he was activated from COVID list. So,
is there a Seattle running back going to get 20 touches this week?
I don't know, man. I didn't do it. It burned me, and then I chased it, and it burnt me. So, I don't know. We got Alex Collins is questionable. Adrian Peterson is out. So that's one.
I mean, Rashad Penny got 17 carries last week, 16 the week before that. He's gone off and back to back. Is that wait 12-26? Yeah, that was last week.
Yeah. So there's DJ
He missed
Dallas.
1 week with like a concussion. Rashad Penny's the guy.
He's definitely the guy. Well, he's been the guy, but Collins has been the one that has legitimately worked a timeshare with him. Like DJ Dallas has always been just passed pretty much, except for the game he had to start or came in because Stu got hurt. But Collins, if he gets ruled in, like that was the guy to start with. Like who was the guy? He just wasn't having any success. So I could see him like at least cutting in a little bit into the timeshare.
But Rashad Penny was hurt to start the season.
Yeah.
Like Collins, they like
picked up along the way.
Someone else got hurt too. Like
Carson,
the
Carson.
main starter,
Carson.
right? So what's his name was like not even like a figment of their imagination. They brought him in desperation, and then Rashad Penny came back from injury, and he kind of like leapfrogged them. I'd say that's like something to really consider.
Well, we have to look into it because if you look like So against the Colts, Penny had 2 carries. Against New Orleans, 6. Jacksonville, 7. Well, no, but it's multiple weeks.
When he first got back, they babied him back.
It's multiple. Like it wasn't until December 5th,
and they were always trailing. They were always following.
It's just hard to really like say without looking into it. But it is a good spot for, like, if it's Collins. If I think Collins is gonna cut in, I mean, basically, what I'm trying to say it's Penny or nothing, right? Like, it's either you're going Penny and you accept Collins being there and not giving a fuck, or or if Collins is out, the decision's easier. But yeah. Now here's the other thing though. The Lions offense every once in a while could show a little pop in it, right? And we talked about Seattle. They got nothing to play for. They got their feelings hurt. It's the first time in a while that they have nothing to play for during the regular season. You know what I mean? So that game in itself is a big mind fuck. You know what I mean?
Big show. DeAndre Swift is talented. You can run on Seattle. If he's going to play, he hasn't in a few weeks. He was real close playing last week.
Yeah. But we have, what do we have? We have 8,200 left. We need a receiver and a runner and a flex. So I guess we can try to pick one stud. Is there a stud receiver that you want to guess as we got the money? Because we can probably make a lot of shit work with the flex. We can get Tyreek Hill.
All right. Let me read you something though. All right. So, COVID is a respiratory disease. All right. Pete Carroll said, Collins just got back from the COVID list, and we just need to make sure that he's back all the way. Considering that Collins still has a cap on his practice reps at the beginning of Week 17 prep, he may not be ready yet to join what is a relatively healthy backfield led by Rashad Penny.
Okay. So, I mean, we can use him if you want to.
I'm just saying, that's something to really look at because that is a great spot. And it could be bad weather in Seattle like it was last week. And Rashad Penny could just, ball out 2 touchdowns, 100 and change.
Yeah, absolutely. Check the stats. I still feel more comfortable if Collins was out of the picture. Okay. Is there a receiver, like stud receiver or something like that?
Stud receiver. I mean, I like Tyreek Hill, but who else is out there?
Cooper Kupp.
Cooper Kupp. Isn't he chasing records too, Cooper Kupp?
I don't know. I'm interested. We didn't talk much about it, but I'm definitely interested in Stafford and all that shit, Beckham and all that.
I'm pretty sure Cooper Kupp is chasing both Megatron's single season yard record and Randy Moss's single season touchdown record. I could be wrong about that, but I'm very confident that is a fact.
Well, let's go Cooper Kupp. I want to see. Oh, how much was Penny?
It's 6'1" or something.
Oh wow, we go a Kupp. We got 6'2", bro. It's perfectly. I think I gotta find him though. Yeah. Oh no, he's 6'9", bro. Damn, man. He's 6'9". That's not even 6'9". It's
I'm looking at
700 off on that shit. All right, well, if we go Cooper Kupp, we got to pick somebody in the flex for 6'2". Tyler Boyd, Devontae Smith, Gay. We're back in that shitty territory. All right.
How much did we spend on defense?
41. Maybe we get rid of Cooper Kupp. I like Cooper Kupp better on FanDuel anyway. I mean on DraftKings anyway.
Yeah.
All right.
What about AJ Brown? That dude was like heavily targeted. They want to win. They're playing Miami. What's his name? Quarterback versus former team. Must
Oh, yeah,
win.
that's a good spot. I like that. Okay. Then we got 8-9 to work with. We got Mark Andrews at 8-7. Mixing it. We could.
I tell you what, Julio Jones is dead
Oh,
to
he's
me.
dead.
You
Oh,
know,
he's dead, bro.
AJ Brown,
He's dead.
the only guy to throw to him.
This is the only dude I see.
He got 16 targets left.
AJ Brown did? Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty sick.
Against 49ers.
Pretty sick. Sick with it. So I guess we'll go with Joe Mixon. Looking at what we're left with.
Fine
Right?
with that.
We'll go Mixon, and then we'd have enough money to upgrade $400, upgrade your defense, or whatever the fuck else you want to upgrade.
Do whatever you want. Whatever
That's
you
it.
want.
That's thug life. Best bets for the week, and then we are. I guess I recap the lineup: Dak Prescott, Chase Edmonds, Javonte Williams, CeeDee Lamb, Christian Kirk, AJ Brown, Dalton Schultz, Joe Mixon, Rams D. But you can upgrade that. Best bets for the week. Heaven, that is one thing I've not looked at. I'm pulling up the lines right now.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Like, one of the absolute worst team in football right now is the Giants. They're like giving 6 to the Bears. I'll take the Bears, man. 6 at home.
Which in reality, I mean, we probably should have talked a little bit more about David Montgomery. I'm sure he'll be owned. Like, he's owned every week. But really good spot for David Montgomery, you would think. Just being how bad the Giants' offense has been. You definitely stole that from me. I'll go with the under. We'll stick right in that game. I'll go with the under.
37.
Boom. It's low, but I agree. I just, the Bears' defense isn't as good as it has been in years past, but it's still decent, and the Giants' offense just looks like lost without Danny Jones, man. Giant fans that don't like Danny Jones, it could be worse. Like, always look around.
Doesn't matter who the quarterback is. Until they invest in the line, it's just going to be the same story.
Yeah. All day. That being said, Max Scherzer is a Met. For Paulie D or myself, just had to throw that out there. The entire Wise Take Nation, as always, good luck.
Yeah.